let's talk about the correct presence practice and the correct presence practice course. It's extremely precise, so you know the steps, you know what's required, so you enter presence correctly. That means you activate your full neurology, so all of you is aligned. It's not a thinking thing. It's not a theory thing. It's not what other people say things. It's a precision practice. So you activate all the different aspects of you. That's why it's called correct presence practice, not presence, because most people don't do it right. 18 years of observation has told me this pretty clearly under the rules of evidence, pillar 3. When you do it correctly, you awaken really fast. You will do it easily in 5 years with what's in that course, if not the much larger Laws of Grace course, because it's all about habit, training the right habit. Just like training your unconscious mind so it does it right. These birds are fully unconscious and fully wild, yet here they are. They understand presence. Look at them. These are sulphur-crested cockatoos, and they're generally very unruly parrots. And that's what you call a state change. So when people freak out, do you freak out with them, or do you zip into presence? Can you hear the crested pigeons? Whoop, whoop. They're normally pretty timid. They're all around my feet. Or are you one of the first to come back? In your body, step 1. In a body where all the multidimensional spaces open up, which includes your emotional stuff and that little space in your head that does all the chattering and says, I'm this, I'm that. And then while you're holding your awareness because you're in your body and you're in a body, presence, step 3. And then eventually your neurology is capable of opening and holding step 4, the divine. That is the no-doer. But you can only access that if your attention is encapsulating the first 3 steps. Therefore you know it's grounded and it's visceral. And therefore you know it's evidenced, pillar 3. And therefore it's real. So it's just a matter of habit and practice. Because there is a doer, because you cannot feel God unless your attention is there, because it requires your conscious volitional attention. 3 special words, there's a whole page on that and a video. So, you know, in terms of the non-dual theory stuff, yeah, step 4 is the divine yum-yum, the divine nothingness, the impersonal awareness. But I'm yet to hear an explanation as to how you can do that and have that as the default way of living as a human being, unless it's become the unconscious default habit with your conscious volitional attention, i.e. your conscious mind, also being in that place. Yeah, it becomes instant. And it becomes so easy it deeply embeds. I haven't lost it for 14 years now. And that's why it's gone into the deeper phases of awakening. That's why there's 6 pages on that here on this website, because I've stuck at it. I lost so many awakenings. I learnt my lesson that when it got really good and really easy, I actually just didn't stop. And I wasn't prepared to claim that it was abidance, phase 3, proper awakening, enlightenment, abiding presence, abiding awakening, for 4 years. By then it had significantly deepened and was pretty much entering phase 4, matured abidance. Yeah. So it's up to you. What do you want? There's a video here on what do you want. Figure out what you want so then you know what it's going to take to get there. The maths is in the Laws of Grace course, which is a much bigger course, and there's an extra coaching session with that one. There's at least one with the correct presence practice, and there's at least 2 with the Laws of Grace, because one of those sessions we have to discuss the maths so you understand it, so you can keep yourself tuned in and developing the habit so it becomes a default unconsciously. So therefore it's safe, it's evidence-based, and bona fide real for you because you know, because you've ticked the boxes. It's not a thought, it's not a theory, it's not about claiming. But when it happens, it's real. And when you hit proper abidance, enlightenment level 1, it's a shock. So if you haven't practiced your way there, you might find yourself in a bit of trouble. Any questions, my phone number's at the bottom of the page, or get that first coaching session that's longer. Check out the conscious volitional attention video, the phases of awakening pages, and losing awakenings. Because when you understand that process, and also what do you want? Because we always get what we want. We work towards what we want. If it's not important, we never do it, eh? So if this is important to you, this is the fast path. It's super, super clear. Way clearer than Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, none of that vague stuff. Oh, check out the cult page. Vague waffle will never help you. Who's coming up? Yep, you are. Come on. Whee! Then you can function in chaos, you can function in pain, you can function during pandemics, when you're in lockdown, when you're sick. And then when really ugly stuff goes on and everybody runs away, you can come here and respond in presence and with practice, and as you settle into the deeper, well, the deeper the phase, the more the step 4, the divine yum yum, will be with you until it becomes also rock solid. It's worth the effort. As Nisargadatta Maharaj would say, earnestness. That's why it took him 3 years. It took me 5, and 3 of it I wasn't doing it right. I was doing it in my head. Which unfortunately is what most Westerners do, because they forget step 1, being in the body. And that's why there is a coaching session with it, so I can check in, because I am in the phase 6 non-abiding transpersonal level. I can check in and vibe you out and see where you're at and give you some quality feedback as to what's required. See you in the next video. I'm Jason for AwakenedEssence.com. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Are you guys going to come over and have something to eat out of my hand?